Hello everybody, it's Celeste. I'm back today to do another tarot reading. This time I want to tune into one specific storyline in the collective, like we usually do. And I want to see what's going on in one specific storyline. We're going to do our best to zero in. Spirit, what's going on with one specific storyline that needs guidance today? Just to let you know, if you are new to the channel, I am a coach. I work with writers. I am not just your average writing coach. I'm also an empowerment coach, a life coach. So I do help writers. I have mentorships that I do where we can work on your manuscript and do personal coaching. There's one that's really intensive and there's one that's a little bit less of a commitment, where you can focus more heavily on your craft and a little less on the personal coaching. And I also have personal coaching packages only. So if you don't want to work on a story with me, don't want to learn to write, but you want to talk about like some stuff that's going on in your personal life that you want to work through, you can book a coaching call to talk about what is, to kind of meet me. The calls, my first calls are free, and that's so that you can decide whether you want to work with me or not. And vice versa. I like there to be a nice connection between myself and my clients, so I want it to be a good match for each of us. And right now, at least through the new year and possibly longer, I am running a special sale on my mentorships. And that includes what I call the spindle or the loom mentorship. And it also includes query coaching. So I I have a package for querying authors that have me have a look at their query letter and some pages, and then we have a call to talk about it. So if any of that interests you, if you're a writer and any of that interests you, you can check out the links in my, they're right down in my description box. All right, so let's start the reading. I am seeing, okay, there's a lot of resistance here. Whoever this reading's for is, you're not feeling very good. But you're wanting to feel better. That's one of the important things, is sometimes, you're in this state of despair and you're not ready to see the light yet. Whoever this is for is really ready to start changing their perspective on things. The Queen of Swords in her shadow is a woman or a man who is they're in their being energy. We call this feminine energy, queens, but everybody has feminine energy. Every single person has some feminine energy, and your so-called feminine and masculine energy, everybody kind of leans one way or the other for the most part. There are some people who kind of fit right there in the middle, and that's cool. That's totally cool. But even those folks can tend to go to one side or the other on certain types of issues. So queen energy is a feminine energy of being. It can be a little cutting. This energy can be, there can be a tendency to speak one's mind without care for how that affects other people. And there's also a tendency to tell the truth and maybe call it tough love, but actually be a little bit mean about it. And the reason I'm getting that specifically is because we have the moon in reverse. This is about secrets coming, it's the dark side of secrets, right? This is like obsession and that kind of energy. If you can hear my family in the background, I apologize. I am home. Everybody's home, just like for everybody. And so sometimes there is talking, and I can hear it in here, and if I can hear it, you can probably hear it on the recording, and I apologize. So back to the reading. We have a secret that this is like a secret that's tearing you up inside, okay? And you're wanting to tell the truth about it. You're wanting to come out about it. And there's something here about wanting to create as a group with others, okay? I'm going to pull a couple clarifiers. Actually, just let me pull another layer of detail on this entire reading, and maybe it will work itself out. I'm not sure what the Three of Pentacles is specifically, but I think this next few cards is going to tell me. All right, Five of Cups. Oh my gosh, it's all reversal energy except, okay, phew, all right. Boy, reversal energy isn't, like, other readers read reversals differently than I do, so reversal energy for other readers is not necessarily a bad thing, but typically I see reversals the way that I've learned to read and the way that I do read. That's the way the cards speak to me specifically, is resistance. There can also be an internal quality, whereas the forward-facing card, the upwards-facing card is about like an external energy, an outward energy, and how you are in the world, how you show yourself to the world, or how the world appears to you. And then reversal energy can be about your deep down, like your feelings inside towards yourself, about yourself, within yourself. So I just want to explain that. I'm probably going to end up explaining that a lot because people sometimes question my reversal readings. The Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups in her power is, this is an energy of, well, she's not, the truth is the Five of Cups isn't really in your power. It's about regrets and sadness. There's a tendency to focus on what's lost, and rather than what you have. There's this shining bowl of goodness behind this person, and she's focusing on what's going down, what's kind of seeping down out of her. It's also, this loss is coming from within her, and she's really focusing hard on that rather than what's still behind her. We have this beautiful expanse of a night sky, but we're focusing on the abyss, okay? And in reverse, my guides are telling me that this is wanting, understanding that this is the energy that you've been in, whoever this is for, and really understanding deep down inside that that's not all there is, that there's more to life, that this is here, but you just can't see it. For some reason, you just can't tear your eyes away from the abyss. You can't stop looking at it. You can't stop seeing your lack and your loss. Okay? So whatever's going on here, there is a deep need for release, a deep need for release. And again, we have another queen, okay? The queen of emotions, the queen of love. We have her in her reverse, in her shadow energy. With the Queen of Cups in her shadow energy, there's deep sadness. There can also be like an emotional lability where, like, the emotions are, they change moment to moment. So there could be some moodiness going on here, could be even severe. And I'm getting that with this Queen of Swords also. So, like, the Queen of Swords in her power, she's a truth teller. She's like, she's a critical thinker. And in her shadow, she is, well, she can be a gossip or a liar. But what I was getting here is that there's a truth that needs to be told that's not being told. So I feel with all these cards that you're not being honest with yourself about something. There's something in your life that you are not being honest with yourself about. But in the end, you have this potential right now that if you can change the way that you look at some things in your life, you really have it together. You have some real blessings in your life. Some things that you should be really grateful for, but not just grateful to others. You should be grateful to yourself for. There's an abundance that's either in your life or that you're drawing in right now, that if you can like tell yourself the hard truth about whatever this is, you're going to really be able to appreciate some things that you're pulling into your life right now. All right. I'm going to pull some more cards for this person. What are you not seeing about the situation? I feel like my guides are saying right off is that you're not really seeing that you're this Nine of Pentacles person, that you have more strength and more abundance than you're really willing to embrace right now, that there are some good things in your life that you're not appreciating. And again, I'm not saying that to shame you, because when you're feeling this despair, I totally get it. You're it's this like, if you could pull your eyes away from the abyss, you would, right? Like you know intellectually that this thing that is sinking all of your energy, it's not all there is, right? There's a lot of other things that that you've kind of maybe even held to the outskirts of your life. Maybe you've withheld yourself from them, like stepped back from them, that you could step forward into those things again. There's things in your life, there are opportunities, there are things that bring you joy that you have not been entertaining. And so I feel, first of all, that this card is one thing that you're not seeing. You know it. In the background, it's this little bowl of beautiful goodness that's sitting behind you. That's what this is. That's what this bowl is full of. All right. But what else are you not seeing about this situation right now? Okay. You're not seeing the tremendous love that you have to offer things, and you're not seeing this. Again, there's an abundance here. Okay. Yeah. You need to walk away from something, okay? Whatever this thing that you're pouring your regret into, whatever this thing that you're, I think you know what it is. I like, when I say it's a secret, it might be a secret to the world, but it's not a secret to you because you're very focused on it. You need to walk away from this thing, whatever it is, that's draining your energy, because you have so much love in you and passion, like emotion, like you're not this this emotionally unstable Queen of Cups, okay? You might feel like that sometimes, and Lord knows, if you are a woman, Lord knows we all hate when somebody accuses us of being emotionally unstable, right? That's not who you are. You know that. You know that. But it is how you're feeling right now, and it is how other people might be seeing you, particularly people who are like close to this situation, whatever it is. They might sense that about you. You're really centered, okay? Like you actually, this just backs up that you're feeling all of this loss, all of this instability. That's your story that you're telling yourself, okay? But deep down inside, there is a certainty here. It's really beautiful, actually. There's a certainty that you have a lot to give, and that you know how to receive, that you know that you need to walk away from this, whatever it is that is draining you, okay? And that you have this centeredness inside of you. You're not just depending on other people. Like, you're not at the whim of other people. You're not at the whim even of this thing that you have attached yourself to. This story, idea, goal, person, I'm not sure what it is for you. But you are more than this, and you are actually deep down a very, very, very centered person. You know. Okay, this is certainty. Strengths that you're bringing to the situation. I think we just saw some strengths, but let's pull some more. Strengths you're bringing to this situation, whatever it is. Okay, you've got, you're actually really passionate about something. And I have a feeling that it's not the thing that you've been pouring your energy into. There's something else that you're good at, passionate about. Yeah, you just haven't taken a leap. There's a part of you that wants to, though. There's like this childlike desire to go after whatever this thing is. And you have been telling yourself that it's foolish to do this. You've been telling yourself that you can't make it, you can't do it. Who am I to do that thing? Who am I to go after? Who am I to slay that dragon, right? But what I'm really seeing here is that you have something to offer on this path, whatever it is. So like, as soon as you let go of whatever this thing whatever this is, I mean, it's so dark, right? Whenever you let go of this and you move on, you're getting into this energy of exchange, of you're offering something that you deeply love and deeply believe in. Again, this could be a relationship for some people. Could be that you need to leave a relationship that is draining you, that's kind of sucking the life out of you. And you know you deserve better, okay? And you still have that desire to meet another person who can make you feel the way that you want to feel. But you're so scared of taking that leap. You've kind of reached a point where you're like, again, who am I to, like, it'll just be the same. Like, there's a little voice in your head that's telling yourself, you know, you're just a fool. You'll just repeat the same patterns again. But you won't, because you've learned your lesson. You're ready to give and receive. That's what this card is about. This person's giving and this person's receiving. It's about being in that flow. All right. Pitfalls to watch out for. What do you need to watch out for as you're walking away from this situation or dealing with it? You know, we all walk away at our own pace, right? Sometimes you're not ready. You know when you're ready. When the pain is greater than the fear is when you leave, right? Or when the hope on the other side is greater than the fear. But we have to stop telling ourselves that we're fools for deserving better. Pitfalls to watch out for. I'm going to pull 2 layers here. I'm going to do some internal pitfalls. This is stuff within you that you need to watch out for, stuff inside yourself that you need to be aware of. We watch out for these not to like scare you or shame you. It's to call your attention to parts of yourself that are maybe unhealed, things that you might be working on. So there is a tendency here for you to, okay, what I'm getting is over-forgiving or tolerate too much. There's a tendency here to be a little bit passive and you don't want to do that anymore. So we're not waiting for anybody else to save us. No one's going to come in and fix this problem for us. We have to do it ourselves, right? Okay. Yeah. sometimes when you leave something, even that you were ready to leave, the heartbreak is still just unimaginable. Okay. And I think you're afraid of that heartbreak. You're afraid of that period of, oh my God, what have I done? You might be afraid of like going back. There might be a tendency to waffle because the pain is great. You might also be worried, because this isn't necessarily a love situation. There's definitely some creative energy here, like or job energy even, like leaving behind an old job that is just kind of draining you, that you don't feel, maybe a toxic work environment, honestly. There's a lot of toxic energy here. So there may be a tendency to worry about moving on. You know, it can actually be heartbreaking to leave a job behind that you thought, that you'd invested. Sometimes we invest years of our lives into a job and into a job identity. And that can be really heartbreaking. It can really hurt to let go of. So that's a pitfall to watch out for, an internal pitfall. Excuse me. Okay, there we have that Eight of Cups again. And it's in the reverse. Yeah. So this is the pitfall to watch out for, is that the pain will be too great to leave and that you go back, or that you just stay. I mean, you wait until you're ready, and sometimes an opportunity passes you by, but that doesn't mean that another opportunity won't arise. Don't get stuck in that thinking that, oh, I missed my chance and it will never arrive again. There'll be another chance, okay? I don't want you to be jumping before you're ready, because we have to make sure that we have, when you're looking for the escape hatch, sometimes you've got to line up your ducks, right? You got to make sure you have a few things in order before you go. You don't have to know exactly what's happening, but you need to feel like you've set up a safety net of some sort. So a new job or a place to live. I didn't ask my question yet, so I'm putting these back. Pitfalls to watch out for externally. These are like the, other people, actions of things that seem outside of yourself. We're all connected, but there are other energies that play upon us. And so what externally is going on? Okay. This is that energy of someone else missing you. But it's not, it's kind of an unhealthy, an unhealthy despair. Like it's in the case of a toxic relationship or a toxic work environment, it's the abuser saying, I'm sorry, right? And you like cave and go back. Oh, look, I missed a card. This was underneath. So this was internal pitfalls, and it was hidden. The Mother of Pentacles. Okay, and the Mother of Pentacles not in her power. Again, this is your own reversed Queen energy. It's that place where you feel, okay, so that would be like a lack of commitment here, is what I'm seeing. Your lack of commitment is definitely going to challenge you. So it's your commitment to leaving. All right, so we have the Seven of Wands in the external pitfalls. So that's some struggle energy. You're also telling me, okay, this is something that they're telling me about this card. Again, this is an intuitive message, not necessarily what this card usually means. There could be, not necessarily going to be, but could be a tendency to focus on this thing that you're like to be looking for something to escape to. Okay? So be mindful when you're leaving behind an old situation that we're not always escaping to something. We're not always, like, the next job might not be the perfect job, okay? You might not be waiting for a perfect job. You might just be looking for one to kind of get you through a rough time, a rough transition. If you are leaving a relationship, do not focus on getting into another relationship right away. This person, whatever this flame is, okay, like the parting, see these, and then this light, so like this tendency to go toward something else, whatever this is, it's not coming to save you, okay? Don't be waiting for that. Don't be waiting for the external beacon. You need to rely on this within you, okay? That's got to be an internal beacon, not an external one. We're not looking for a new person to replace our old person with right away. We have to wait for our energy to settle when we come out of a bad relationship, particularly one that has left you feeling like this. You need to heal for a little while, just for a little while. And if it's a new job, you know, don't make the mistake of thinking that a new job is not going to come with its own challenges. Be ready for those. Don't let that discourage you. Just be ready for them, okay? It's a tendency to focus on like the one person. That's another message for somebody. The one person, the one job. I'm looking for the perfect job. I'll leave when I find the perfect job. No, you won't. You'll never find the perfect job until you leave. Or until you've made the decision to leave, I should say. Hanged Man. Again, could not be clearer. That tendency to hang around in your indecisive energy for too long. Okay, and this is like other people. So sometimes when you're trying to make another decision, you're like coming up against other people. So your inability to make a decision ends up being reflected in other people who are unable to make a decision. You'll find, you know, possibilities. Like I remember one time I was trying to leave a job. I really just needed to leave. I needed to change. And I was applying for things and I kept like getting, like I'd get the interview, and then I would they'd be having a hard time making up their mind between candidates. So like that hanged man energy, that back and forth, that I don't know energy. It was unclear. And then the job would end up going to someone else. Or like one time somebody was leaving, had tendered their resignation, and I was definitely on the list of people that they were considering, and then all of a sudden that other person withdrew their resignation and came back to the job. So there was a lot of this back and forth energy, and that is a sign, okay, that it's not for you. It's not the right time. That there's when that's going on externally, that is a sign, usually, that either your resolve needs to be stronger within yourself, or it's not time, or that option just wasn't the right option for you. Don't let that stop you. Let it be a sign that you either need to strengthen your resolve and keep looking, or that avenue wasn't the right one, okay? All right, people are talking in my house. Sorry about that. Guidance for moving through this energy. We're going to pull some guidance and wrap up the reading. Fulfillment. Pick one. These may not all apply for you. A general reading, it's very difficult to get everybody because, you know, I could have however many people. So if one of these resonates for you, that's great. If all three do, super. But, you know, I put out like 3 so that you can get something. I want there to be something for everybody. Fulfillment. Okay. So your guidance is we have the full moon. And what is the full moon? The full moon is in its full power. It's fully lit. The full moon is about abundance. We have the ripe peach here in this greenery. And so what this is about is counting. I hate to sound, this is going to sound so typical, right? Counting your blessings. It's hard to count your blessings. I almost hate to say it. But for some of you, you know you need to, okay? Looking for what's good in your life, looking for the places where you are secure, looking for places where you're secure. Looking for places where you're in your power and you know it, okay? Because the next card is power. Your power does not come from your job. It does not come from being in the right relationship. When you are in your power, you have balanced your own energy. You have discovered the seed of your own personal truth. You've learned to harness that and create fulfillment in your life, okay? Your power never comes from an external source, and Spirit wants you to remember that when you're feeling so much despair, okay? To remember that when we're emptying out, what I want you to be emptying out is the despair, not your essence of yourself. Okay, this is yourself back here. This loss can't touch this. This is your gold. This is your treasure. This is what is good in your life. This is the things that someone else in some bad situation can never take away from you. So when you're releasing, focus on this being a releasing of the lies or the things in your life that were out of balance, okay? And we find our power most often the first place we find our power is in stillness. A lot of times we focus on power being activity, and choice. But before we can make a choice and take action, we have to find that little kernel of truth. We have to find our power, and we find it in our stillness. So this is a reminder that it's okay if you're slowing down. It's okay if you're spending some time looking inward and licking wounds. That is where you're going to find the power to make a choice and to take action. It's where you're going to realize who you truly are. We find our inner treasure in our stillness. Okay, so whoever this reading was for, I'm sending you my love, and I know that you can do it. I know that you know. I know that you know what's good about yourself, and I want you to hold on to that. Okay. I'll be back probably next week with some more tarot readings. I'll try to do one or two before we have Thanksgiving. I might be quiet for a little bit next week. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.